Hello, my name is Octavius, and thank you for tuning in to North American Archery. I really appreciate you coming here today. Here's the thing. Today we're going to talk about the 7 steps to become a better archer. 7 steps to become a better archer is from my heart and what I've experienced. By no means is this something that is the end-all be-all, but these are the steps that I've taken over the years to become a better archer. Let me start out with a story. When I was just getting into traditional archery, I was over at a range and I saw this older gentleman shooting a bear recurve. I think it was a Super Kodiak. And he had a pocket quiver in his pocket and he had old wood arrows and he was throwing arrows down the range. And he could not miss the bullseye. And I asked the staff, I was like, this guy can shoot pretty well, can he? Because I was at an archery range. It also was a bow shop as well. And that is no longer there anymore, but those are the days when you had bow shops making money and they would help you and all kinds of things, right? But anyways, we go in there and I'm seeing this guy and he is shooting these arrows at this bullseye, like I said. So I went over to a gentleman in there that worked there. I said, man, this guy can shoot pretty well. I mean, what's his name? And he told me his name. I can't remember now, but he said, well, he's in here every other day and he shoots a lot and he's retired and he's in his 70s and he's been shooting about 40 years. And I've never really seen him miss what he's looking at. Well, we're about 20, 25 yards away from the targets and he is drilling these arrows into these bullseyes. So I'm like, man, I want to be like this guy. Well, there was a process. There was something that he learned and acquired over the years, and now he's honing his skills and honing his craft. And even if he's in his 70s, he is not quitting shooting a traditional bow. The thing is, guys, whether you shoot a compound bow or you shoot a long bow or a recurve, there takes a certain process that you have to go through in order to become a better archer. So the thing is that I have 7 things I want to go over with you. Number 1 is strive for dedication. What does it mean to strive for dedication? Well, striving means to persevere, to try to achieve something, to overcome obstacles and problems. And we want to do that towards dedication. We want to strive to get to that dedication in our lives, in anything. But we're talking about archery today. Archery takes dedication. It's not easy to harvest animals with archery equipment as it is with a rifle or a shotgun or whatever other firearm you want to use. Also, to dedicate to that takes a certain fortitude, a certain mindset. Going out in the woods and sitting in a tree stand and sitting in a blind and just using a recurve or a longbow or a compound bow when everybody else is using a gun. There's been so many times when I've been places and other guys are using guns and I look around and they're looking at me and they're like, why has this guy got a recurve in his hand? Why has this guy got a longbow in his hand? And then when we get back to the clubhouse or we get back to the lodge, I just say, they say, man, I can't believe you harvested some animals today. I thought you weren't going to get anything. Everybody else is gun hunting. Well, I'm dedicated. I want to make sure that I am doing the best I can. I'm not saying that you can't go out with a gun. I'm not saying that at all. But for me, I want to be the best archer I possibly can, and I don't want the easier way out. And for me, by doing that, it helps me become dedicated and solely focused. I only use a gun on like small game and stuff like that. But when it comes to bigger game animals, I want to get close enough with my traditional equipment so I can harvest that animal, okay? Or if I go to a range and I'm shooting arrows, I want to go to ranges where I can go to 3D tournaments and there might be some compound shooters there. But it challenges me because they're using equipment that's a higher tier than me and easier to operate because of the sights. So I will go with my traditional equipment and try to see if I can beat some of them. And sometimes I can. I can beat a lot of those guys because they don't have the fundamentals down. I don't end up winning, but I definitely went to tournaments before and tried to see how I fared against guys with more modern equipment. So that's striving, that's dedicating to the craft. Number 2 is to trust the process. Guys, trusting the process is so important because it's not going to be easy. We live in a world today that everybody wants it given to them easy. They wanted the easy way possible. If we wanted the easy way possible, we would not be shooting bows and going hunting with them. Okay? We would not be practicing in the backyard with archery equipment. We would not do that because there's other things that we can get instant gratification on, like other hobbies, other things we can get involved with. Also, as it pertains to hunting, if we wanted the easy way out, we can just go to Walmart and grab some meat off the shelf, out of the deep freezer. We don't need to go hunting for big game animals. We don't need to do that, right? We enjoy doing it. But as we're enjoying it and we're going through the process, we need to trust that process and enjoy the process, because if we don't, we're going to quit along the way. We cannot quit. We have to strive for dedication, and we have to trust the process and never get off track. Now, sometimes we're going to do good and sometimes we're going to do bad, but if we continue to trust the process, knowing that it's going to work its way out in the end, we're going to be like that older gentleman in the archery range, everybody gawking at him, looking at him, and they're like, wow, that guy can shoot. Because by that time, we're at a certain point where people start to respect us and they understand that we have dedicated to the craft and we can give advice to other people. Number 3 is to keep the faith. What does it mean to keep the faith? Well, understand that it's going to work itself out. That's what faith is. Faith is trusting that it's going to be all right. Okay? That is the easiest way I can put it. Some of you probably believe in God. Well, you put your faith and trust in God because you know that He's going to make a way possible for you. Well, the same thing applies to archery. If we keep the faith, we know that if we keep going hunting, we keep going out and shooting our bows, we keep trying to critique what we're doing, we're going to be all right. We're going to be getting better every day. Okay, keep the faith. Don't quit. Continue to press on. Number 4 is to trust the process. Number 4 is to try new products. Number 4 is to try new products. I am bad at this because I'll get it. Here's my Bear recurve right here, my Super Kodiak, not Super Kodiak, 59 Kodiak. And the thing is that I sometimes get into just traditional archery only. I don't want to go shoot compound bows. I don't want to try new broadheads sometimes. I don't want to try new arrows. I've been shooting the same thing all the time. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But sometimes I have to force myself, okay, there's a new bow out, let me go shoot it at the range. There's new broadheads that keep telling me about, let me try those. There's new arrows that are better, have better flight. Let me try those as well. Whatever it is, I'm trying new products. I am broadening my horizons, if you will, trying to become the best I can be. And sometimes when we're so tunnel vision, we don't get to the place where we're actually enjoying the fruit of technology. We're not enjoying how we're getting better and better as time goes on at designing bows and arrows and broadheads and field points and quivers and all these different things that are coming out. Now, I am very stuck in my ways, but at the same time, by having this channel, I've been trying new things, making sure that I'm always at a place where I understand what the market is doing and where the times are headed. Doesn't mean I won't continue to shoot traditional equipment. I like traditional bows, I like stick bows, I like what I like, but I am going to keep my eyes open because the times are changing and there's always new, innovative things that are coming to the marketplace. Number 5 is to love to learn. One of the things that I enjoy doing is learning from guys that have been there and done that. Okay, learning from people that came before me in archery. I always ask questions. I always look at other YouTube videos and other channels to see what they have to offer, what experiences that they had, and how I can apply that to my life and also to my archery career. Loving to learn is so important. That means you have to be teachable. If you're not teachable, you're also going to stunt your growth in becoming a better archer. Number 6 is apply what you learn. That's so key. So many times we get taught something, right? And guys are like, man, this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. And you can still listen to this guy. He's like, yeah, that sounds great. And then you go right out and you practice, you don't do anything about it. I was so bad at that. I started watching more videos when I wanted to become better. I started talking to guys at the range and all these different things, and I wouldn't apply what I learned. I would just continue to do my same shot process, shoot my same way, hunt the same way. But then I started to shift years back, and I said, you know what? If I'm actually asking for advice, and I'm actually trying to learn to be the best archer I can possibly be, I need to implement some things that I'm being told by very successful archers to see how that can help me in my archery journey. So love to learn, but you have to be teachable, and you also have to apply what you learn. And number 7 is to stay ready. You know, on this channel, we always talk about you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. Staying ready is key. You have to take all these steps throughout the year and consistently apply them and hone them in. It's okay for a little pressure, not enough to make you not sleep at night. I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't think that would be the case, but some guys and gals get worked up if they're not succeeding at something. My point is to stay ready means that you constantly have this on your mind throughout the year. Maybe it's not every day for you. It may be every week or every month, but don't wait till the last minute for when you're going to go out with your friends to shoot your bows or go on a hunting trip to start taking the old bow out and shooting arrows down range. You want to be ready when you get the phone call for the hunting trip, when you get the phone call to go to the 3D tournament. You want to be ready. You don't want to get to the place where you're like, man, I don't know, I haven't practiced in a while. You want to be able to pick that bow up and know that you can operate it well and you can be very good at that outing that you're going to. So guys, I hope this helps. These are my 7 steps to become a great archer. And I want you to like and subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I'm trying to do my best to give you great content, things that I've learned over the years, and I'm hoping this is helping you. All right, guys, remember this, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. We'll talk to you later.